Hi everybody and welcome to Liberated Badass. I'm Sarah, lead strategist and personal life coach. So one of the things that I've been thinking about lately, I have been feeling very fatigued over the last couple of weeks, and I've started to get pretty serious in my concern around it over the last, 4 or 5 days. And of course, with everything that's going on in the world, right, I'm thinking, naturally, am I getting sick? And am I getting the virus? And it's been an interesting time, because over the last few years, I have really worked super hard at getting really good at knowing what it is that my body needs. For years and years, I ignored what my body needed. And I put it on the side burner as far as priority and reprioritized my work over and over and over and over again, to where my major energy was going into my job and into the people that I was serving through my job. And I put myself to the side. And one of the ways that that came out is in my own health and in being aware, for starters, just being aware of what's going on with my body and what my body was trying to tell me. So that ends up coming out sideways in many different ways when it goes untreated and unnoticed, and your body demands to be heard. At the end of the day, your body cannot lie, and your body is consistent in that it will always communicate to you. So if you're not very good at communication, and when I say that, right, when we're good at conversation, we're really good at listening, and we're really good at sharing. Got to be good at both parts. So if you're not really good at both parts of the relationship and having conversation, you're probably not that great at taking care of your body and really listening to your body. So I wasn't that great at it either, and I have gotten so much better. By any normal average standards, I'm really pretty good at it. But in recovery for perfectionism, I would say I'm getting better at it. So these last few days, I've really been honing in, really focusing in, hydrating, paying tons of attention to how much rest I was getting, and really dissecting, okay, what is the problem? I need to get this figured out, because I want to get back to my usual chipper self, and I miss that part of me. The super fatigued and exhausted self is not as much fun. So really taking that time to really listen to the body and really investigate and get super, super curious about what's going on with myself and my mind and my heart and my body. And so I spent the last 3 days resting, hydrating, eating right. I cut out alcohol and I cut out coffee. And today I went to the chiropractor and got an IV bag with fluid and vitamins. Little vitamin C and vitamin B and a couple of other things that I don't remember the name of, and got pumped full. And I am definitely feeling a lot better. I spent lots of time in the last 3 days sleeping in bed. I call it a forced vacation. I'm able to do that with relative ease these days because I'm working for myself. So I set my hours. It's a blessing and a curse, because since I set my hours, I still work pretty hard. I love working, and at the end of the day, we all need money, and I need money to make a living, pay my bills, but I'm also able to set my own schedule, and so it's been a real adjustment and practice being in recovery from working so hard to make things work in my life, that I don't always take the time off, or I don't always limit my time as well as I should to my work, but I have that flexibility, and so I do, and just not as fast as I would like to. So these last 3 days I did half a days of work and then the rest of the day and evening, like literally in bed, and watched movies and literally rested. Self-imposed vacation. It's been really good, actually, really helpful. And I am finally feeling a little bit better. So it's a super stressful time right now. There's like so much going on in the world, which is really taxing on our brains. And sometimes I forget how hard I work with my brain. We're so used to working so hard physically and being busy and doing physical work, that when we're doing the mental work, it's much easier to overlook how hard you're working when you're using your brain excessively. And I use my brain a lot. It's like the primary way that I work is by flexing my brain muscle. So sometimes I forget how stressful that can be and how taxing it can be. And when your brain is going all the time and you don't have as much downtime, naturally it's going to catch up with you. And it's definitely caught up with me the last few days. And I've just been referring to it as this like overwhelming fatigue. And for me, I don't like get fatigued. I am like Energizer Bunny, full of energy, go, 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 go. And so it's even more noticeable when I'm not at my usual self. So I want to encourage you to really focus in on your body and listen. I know the thing that we want the most, that you want the most, is good relationships, that deep connection, meaningful connection with others, and that sense of acceptance and love and knowing that you belong here on the planet. It's the thing I want the most also. And one of the ways that we do that is by really getting good at listening to ourselves. And the better skilled and equipped we are at listening to ourselves, naturally, the better skilled and equipped we are at listening to other people. And you may think that you're a good listener, but what I can tell you is my listening skills were pretty stellar before, and they're like even better now, because I've really focused in on the skill of listening to myself and then meeting my own needs. So that's what I want to offer you today, to really focus in on yourself, focus in on your body, and listen to what it's trying to tell you. And then break it down into something manageable and figure out how you can attend to what your body is needing. There's so many ways to meet our needs that we oftentimes go to the extremes of it needs to be like this or that. But there's like 1,000 things in between. So break it down into something super manageable that you could actually do to be helping yourself today to attend to what your body is telling you that it needs. If it needs rest, figure out how you can get an extra nap or an extra hour of sleep. If it needs, specific work on a muscle, think about some stretching that you could do today. Think about, you could easily look up some videos on some basic stretching for whatever muscle is maybe ailing you the most today. If you're having issues with your digestion, there are some really easy things you can do for digestion today. Increasing your water intake is a super easy way to do it. Cutting out caffeine and alcohol for 1 day, 2, 3, if you can do it, even better. So really lean in, hear what your body is saying, and then attend to it. And I promise you, as you get even better at this skill, this give and take, your relationships with others will improve exponentially. All right, you guys, between now and the next time I get to see you, go do that thing you most want to be doing today. And I'll talk to you soon.